It is Thursday, June 16th in the MLB, and I'm Austin from Calling Our Shot.
And I'm Logan from Calling Our Shot.
And we are back with our 4 best picks of the day. We got 2 player props, 1 money line, and 1 no run first inning coming you guys' way.
As always, just do us a real quick favor and hit that subscribe button. Welcome if you are new and just finding our videos. Austin and I do put a lot of hard work into these videos, and although we sometimes have bad nights, we get right back on the horse as we do today and put out some content for you guys. So that's just a little thank you to Austin and I.
I agree, Logan. Without further ado, let's hop into a recap of yesterday. The last 2 days have not been kind to us. We had Cubs money line. They got pounded, and that was brutal. They were throwing out position players at the mound. Strider under 6.5 Ks. That brother struck out like 5 of the first 6 batters. He had 11 Ks. And then the Mets, Brewers, NRFIs, brother. Peterson plunks 2 guys, and those are the guys. And I don't even want to talk about that. No one first. And he hasn't been a kind last 2 days. But, that's the nation of it. I mean, that's baseball. You're never going to make money every single day. And if you are, please shoot us your picks. We'd be happy to just put them in the video. But we appreciate you guys still up over 10 units on the year. We appreciate all our All-Stars out there. Thank you for supporting us. I believe we have 1 new All-Star, Jack. I haven't checked the list since I did my NBA video, which our NBA Finals Game 6 video is live on the channel if you want to go check it out. I'll link it at the end of this one. But I appreciate you guys, as always, for supporting us. Our Odds Jam Parlay, which hasn't been great recently, is live on Odds Jam. I think it's second link in the description. And, of course, if you want to join our chalkboard, that's the first link in the description. We appreciate it. I think we're almost at 1,000 members. I think 20 or 30 away. So if you want to join that, top link in the description. We certainly would appreciate it. But, Logan, look, you can't do any worse than you did yesterday. At least I hope not. So what do you got for the people today?
Yeah, look, I just have to address that Cubs pick. The books gave away free money on Padres. Like, if you bet Padres, go enjoy that, because holy crap. But today, we're going with a bounce back pick. Great bounce back spot for this team as well. Mets versus Brewers, and I'm taking the Mets money line. Currently, minus 130 odds on Barstool, as Austin's pulling up right here. Minus 130, it's pretty standard. Minus 140 on other books. I'll go ahead and take the value on Barstool in this one, though. But look, there's no line reading involved in this one. There's no Logan trying to outsmart the books. I just need a dang winner. And the Mets are going to give us a winner today because, like me, the Mets got their teeth kicked in yesterday, losing 10-2. Not really competitive. We know that from the get-go in the no-run first inning portion. But today, they got Tyler Mcgill pitching. 3 1/3 innings pitched and 2 earned runs in his first start in a month back from injury. So, in a limited sample size, he didn't go, 6 innings pitched, 3 1/3, 2 earned runs. Mcgill is like a mixed bag pitcher, right? But he's one that can get 7 to 9 strikeouts. He can also sort of implode. And I've seen it before, and I just have to put out, that's why this line is minus 130. This isn't the Scherzer DeGrom type line that the Mets would normally get from an ace. No, Mcgill is one of their middle tier pitchers, but he is certainly able to get us, the win we need today. Brewers strike out 7th most per game. So if Mcgill is dealing, he should be able to get those high strikeout numbers. Milwaukee also 25th in batting average and balls in play on the road and 19th in OPS. Those stats are severely improved from, yesterday's, inflation of those. But the Brewers are still an offense that I can't trust to put up runs consistently, game in and game out. And I think the Mets will be able to hold them down. Now, on the other side, we got Aaron Ashby, 6-4 and 1 earned runs in each of his last 3 starts, coming with a 3.91 ERA. I mean, in his last start is really what I'm looking at with that 6 earned runs, right? Now, the Mets are average versus lefties, 16th in OPS, but so are the Nationals. Why are we talking about the Nationals? They're 17th in OPS. Well, they're the ones who just put up 6 earned runs against him. They hit him 13 times and put up 6 earned runs. So it doesn't really matter. I'm trying to tell you that, guys, stats in baseball help our case, and they prove it. But at the end of the day, it's really which team's just going to put the bat on ball and put the ball in play. Mets tied for first in batting average and balls in play on the season, and I expect to bounce back after yesterday, right? Simply have to. There's only one way to go, and that's up. The Mets are a great team at just putting the ball in play, getting timely hitting. That's how they've been so successful all year, and I expect them to return to form. Now, if we want to talk about bullpens, no advantage here, right? Milwaukee, 12th in bullpen ERA, Mets in 13th in bullpen ERA. So the first 5 innings are going to be crucial to this. We need Mcgill to get us a good quality start, and I think he will. The Mets will bring the bats today, and the Mets will get us back on track. I am counting on the Mets today. Now, Austin, what do you got for player props?
I do like the Mets. They are one of the best bounce back teams in the MLB. Like the Blue Jays, the bounce back Blue Jays, as we call them. The Mets are one of those good teams that doesn't really like to lose 2 in a row. Today, we're not going in that game. Speaking of the Nationals, we're going to their game, but we're taking an opposing player. We're taking Rhys Hoskins, taking his over 1.5 bases, minus 130 on DraftKings. I'm returning to my base props. tired of betting strikeout props. I don't love betting them regardless. But we're seeing we don't really have a FanDuel line. So normally FanDuel gives out the worst lines, but you could always see exactly what FanDuel comes out with for this game. This is a 7 p.m. start time Eastern. So we're still seeing minus 130 DraftKings, so fine with laying that juice. Now, let's talk about Hoskins. Two things I like. Number one, he's going to bat second in the lineup. And two, the Phillies are on the road, which you like because that means the Phillies are guaranteed to hit for 9 innings. And that's what we want to see because Hoskins obviously at the top of that lineup. That could be the difference between 4 and 5 at-bats, which if we get 5 at-bats out of Hoskins, that'd be awesome. Now, Hoskins has started slow this year, but he's been very hot over the last few weeks. In fact, over the last 15 games, the man's batting .367, 22 hits in those 15 games, 4 doubles, 1 triple, and 6 home runs. He's been crushing it, and he's had 2+ bases in 10 of those 15 games, including 7 of his last 9. It's been even hotter as of late. Now, they're facing Patrick Corbin, a lefty, and his 1.72 whip. I didn't put his ERA up there, but it's about 6.62. He hasn't been very good, and Hoskins has hit him very well in his career. Currently, Hoskins 8 for 26 or batting .308 versus Corbin. And he has 3 doubles and 2 home runs. So 5 of his 8 hits have been extra base hits. And if Hoskins only wants to go out there and get us 1 hit today, we'd like if it's an extra base hit because that's obviously what we need to cash this base prop. Now, Hoskins also hits lefties very well in general, batting .299 versus left-handed pitchers this year, .333 on batting average and balls in play. I think he should be able to get his bat on one of the Corbin's balls. No, pause. But Hoskins should still be able to get it done. He has hit this over in 6 of his last 9 meetings versus the Nationals. I'm rather Mr. Rhys Hoskins taking his over 1.5 bases. Now, I'm going to move to an earlier game, Rockies Guardians. It's about a 3 p.m. start time, Eastern time. Amed Rosario. We're taking his over 1.5 bases, minus 130 on Barstool Sportsbook. Now, when we go over to OddsJam, we see we're getting some great value on minus 130. We see sharper books at minus 169, FanDuel minus 145. So if you don't have this necessarily, this minus 130 line on here, I'll give you a couple options that you can take. Number one, you could take Rhys, or you could take Amed Rosario's to get 2+ hits. That's plus 110. Normally, if Rosario is going to hit this base prop, he's usually getting 2 hits. Not a guy that necessarily gets a ton of, extra base hits. Very similar to Luis Ariz of the Twins, who hits a lot of singles. Very similar to Rosario. Gets a little bit more extra base hits, but 2+ hits, pretty decent. Plus 110, I like that. Or you can bet him a same game parlay, 1 hit and a run. Look, when he's getting on base, normally the guys behind him like Jose Ramirez, those guys are getting him into the just getting him around the bases. So I don't mind that SGP, but I'll just be riding with the obviously the 1.5 bases. Now, why do we like it? Well, Rosario this year batting 271 on the year with 13 extra base hits. Like I said, not a lot of extra base hits, but he can get them. Over his last 13 games, batting 379 with 7 extra base hits. So really hitting the ball well over the last 13 games, really since the start of June. And they're taking on the Rockies in Chad Kuhl in Coors Field and over under at 11.5. Look, they're expecting some runs to be put up in this one. I think that's what they're going to get. Rosario does bat up at the top of the Guardians lineup. I believe he bats second right before Jose Ramirez. And look, if you can get on base, that's why I like him to score a run today as well. I think him to score a run in general is like minus 170, which is ridiculous. But they played 2 games already in Coors Field. Rosario, 3 and 8 bases, even had a triple yesterday. Look, Rosario is easily capable of getting it done. It's Coors Field. This is where hitters go to get some home runs, get some extra base hits, get just up their batting average. And Chad Kuhl is going to get that done. He's had 2+ bases in 4 of his last 5 versus the Rockies. So I really like Rosario. I think he can get it done over 1.5 bases. It's a little juiced at minus 130, just like Hoskins, but I like both these two guys to get those 2+ bases today. And if you wanted to lean for a pitcher, I think pitches well. Joe Musgrove to record a win is plus 115. Yesterday, I wanted to put my pick as Tyler Anderson to record a win, and that man pitched a no-hitter until the 9th inning. And of course, he recorded the win. So I do like Musgrove to pitch a win today if you want to take that. It's normally a line I don't like to give out because it's only available on, I believe Caesars and DraftKings, but I still do like those 2 hitter props, and that's what we're riding with. But Logan, you know what time it is? It is Nerfy Nation time, baby. Wave those flags. Yesterday was a brutal one. It was brutal. No one wanted to watch 2 guys get plunked. No one likes to watch that. No. But today, we're going with a little bit of value today because there's not really a lot of good Nerfy selections on the slate. Could be a Yerfy Nation day, but we're going Rangers Tigers. We're taking the no run first inning plus 102 on Barstool. So you're seeing plus value. Look, count me in. Normally a plus money Nerfy kind of should scare us away, but we're going to dive into this one, and there's a couple reasons why we like it. Now you see the other values on different books, but let's talk about why we like it. Now on the mound is my man Bo Briskin. He's going to be the suspect guy in this one. Bo, I need 3 outs. I'm talking to you, Bo. I know you're watching the video. You're a big fan of the channel. Talking to you. I know you were a Yerfie Nation ally starting your career, but he's been 3-1 over his last 4 starts. Kind of quieted down in that first inning, really coming out, dialed in a lot more than he did his first couple starts. And, the Rangers have a decent offense. They're 9th in first inning runs. I mean, this is the team that can score first inning runs. And they are only 26th in batting average and balls in play. So, if we can maybe get out Simeon, maybe get out Seager, we should be fine. I really do think Brisky has a good chance. Look, I like the other guy on the other side of the mound, but Brisky, we need those 3 outs. Who's pitching for the Rangers, though, Logan?
Yeah, this is the closest thing. I'm not going to use the L word, but it's the closest thing to an L word as for a no-run first inning pitcher that we got. Martin Perez, right? 11-1 on no-run first innings. The last time we picked a Perez no-run first inning, it cashed in a sweaty fashion. So maybe we get another sweaty nerfy today. Perez also 25th best in walk per 9 innings ratio. That's what we like to see. I don't want any garbage walks in the no-run first inning. I'm also talking to you, Bo Brisky. No walks, please. Detroit 29th in first inning runs. They have not been a great first inning run scoring team. Now they've been better of lately, right? We have to talk about that. They've been annoying to a lot of people that just automatically have been betting the no-run first inning against the Tigers. No, they're sneaky. They'll put up some runs, but we are banking on Martin Perez to get us those 3 outs we need. Bo Brisky, get us those 3 outs we need. Now this nerfy slate is not too great. Now if you want to go bet the yes run first inning, that's all you. That's not us. We're Nerfy Nation. So for the people in the comments that are like, well, why can't you just bet the yes run first inning? Changes the way my brain works. My brain will self-destruct if I bet the yes run first inning. You guys don't understand. I'm wired a certain way, and it's Nerfy Nation till I die.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to ride with. Hopefully this one can cash for a little bit of plus value. But let us know your favorite Nerfy down below in the comments. Those are our 4 picks of the day. Rosario and Hoskins both get over 1.5 bases. Mets money line and the Rangers, Tigers, no run first inning. We appreciate you guys as always. It's been Austin, Logan. We will catch you guys again Friday morning. We're coming back. We're bringing out the brooms.